Hello everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. Today we are going to use our new Artistro paint pens to make some really fun garden markers for your fruits and vegetables or whatever you grow in your garden. Now these are the extra fine tip. You get 42 colors in this box, you guys. So Artistro sent these to me. They're sponsoring this post for you guys today, and I have to tell you, I am loving these pens. There's so many colors to pick from. They even comes with 2 blacks in there for you. And so you'll have lots of options for whatever you decide to grow in your garden or anything else you decide to paint. So I've got quite a few colors pulled out here already. I am going to show you how to prime your paint pen here, and then we'll get started on our rocks. So just like with all acrylic paint pens, you do have to shake them up really well when you get them. Now the cool thing about these is they're clear. So before you shake them when they're brand new, as you can see, the color isn't completely blended together. So as you're shaking them up, you'll see that color all blend together. So you will be able to tell that it's ready to go. Now, I always burp the pen. See if I can get that in the frame where you let the air out, and then we're gonna pulse it on a piece of paper until we get that ink flowing. So you just press the tip down like that into a hard surface, and as you can see, that paint's already coming down. Give it a couple pulses, and then you can see that paint get all the way to the tip, and just like that, your new pens are flowing. Okay, so for these designs, we're going to use kind of a linear style design. It's mostly line work, which is perfect if you've got these nice fine tip pens. Like I said, you can do this for anything that you want. I'm going to work on vegetables that I like to grow in my garden, but this can be customized any way you want. I'm just going to show you how to lay out your design on your stone and how to get this fun line style look. So first you want to work on the outline of your vegetable. If you're not comfortable going straight with a paint pen, you can sketch it on with a pencil first. I'm not going to do that because you probably won't be able to see my pencil very well on film, and I'm pretty confident in the shapes that I'm working with, but there's no problem with doing pencil first. So we're going to go ahead and do the outline of our tomato. I'm going to put my stem first so that I get a nice center stem here, and we're going to color everything, all of our lines, a nice thick black. Just like that. Now, when working directly on a rock with a paint pen like this, you don't want to go straight on the pen. That can cause your pen ink to kind of splatter if it's a rougher stone. Like these are the ones that I just get from a landscaping supply store, so they're not super smooth. So I'm always going to be at a slight angle as I'm laying my design down. I'm going to start with a thinner line because then when I come back with thickness, I can adjust anything that I want to a little bit along the way. So we're going to do a nice big kind of a beefsteak style tomato here. We're just going to lay that out on our rock, and then we're going to come here and thicken this outside line. Now, a rule of thumb for this design is you basically want 3 line thickness at least so that you can get your nice thin color line down inside of there. So that's 2. And then we'll come along it one more time to make 3. There we go. So I'm going to continue this all the way around the shape of my tomato. We'll speed a little bit of that up. Once you have your tomato shape on here, we're going to go in and add our letters. Now, a little thing that I like to do sometimes is write out my word. So we have tomato. We can do tomato. I'm going to write tomatoes because you usually have more than one, right? All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters, right? So then you know, obviously I didn't write it very even here, but we know this is the halfway point of our letters. So our A needs to be kind of slightly to the left of our stem. So a lot of times I'll start in the center of the word, especially if I'm writing block style letters like this, because you don't have to worry about the the script or anything like that. So we'll start right here and add our A just to the left of that stem. We're gonna make it a wider thickness here once we get the letters on there. And then T would be here. Oh, and we're gonna go right over our black line, and that's okay. You won't see a lot of that E right away, but you will at the end. And then S over here. And then we have Tom over here. So I'm gonna actually write the letters backwards. O is gonna cross this line a little bit. And our T. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go through and thicken up all these letters so they're about the thickness of the outline of my tomato. And again, I'll speed that up a little, but I'll let you watch. I'm also going to come back here and add just a couple of the area where the leaf or the stem attaches to the tomato. You usually get a couple little green points here that come down. So any details that are different colors, just make them nice and thick because we're going to color them in. So we're going to let this dry completely and then we'll come back and add our color. All right, once it's dry, we're gonna go ahead and just fill in all of these shapes. Now I like to do the letters first because I want the letters to be in the forefront. So we're gonna go ahead and do our letters. I've already primed this pen, but I always doodle on the side to make sure it's flowing well, especially if you set it down for a few days. So we're just gonna do a single line inside each of these letters. And these extra fine pens are just perfect for this. Still holding slightly to the side. You can still get that nice fine line. You will find you don't want to write like an O. You're not going to want to go a full circle. A lot of times that will cause you to splatter. So I tend to kind of pick up and move in the same direction. You'll see as I'm rotating a lot here. It's just easier that way for me. Same with the S shape. I'm always kind of pulling towards myself, I guess you would say. Just like that. Now we're going to line the tomato. And then lift, create that line that would be inside the O there. And then all the way around. There we go. And then we're going to do our green on the top as well here. Just like that. And some of the colors are going to be more, I don't know, opaque than others. So if you want to do a second layer, once your first layer is dry, you can. I'm going to let this dry out of the way and we'll see how it is looking. I might do a second layer in the red. The green looks just fine. So I've got quite a few other vegetables that I have in mind that I'm going to do here. We're going to do the same technique with all of them, and then we will show them off for you. All right, let's show them off. I did do a second coat here on the red for my tomatoes. We have eggplant, squash, carrot, and peas. So I did do a time lapse on doing the rest of these. So if you want to watch that, stick around. I'll plug it here right at the end. If you want to check out these pens, I will link to them below in the description. The main thing you also want to remember here is seal these rocks well. I will link at the end of this video to how to seal your rocks. You're going to want to make sure that these are sealed really well with something that's UV protectant, weather protectant, so that they look nice all summer long. So thanks again to Artistro for sending these amazing pens. I am in love. Go check them out if you haven't purchased paint pens before, you didn't want to get them. This pack is a very reasonable price for all these fun color options for you to check out. So we'll be back again soon with another rock painting tutorial. Again, you can watch me build the rest of these in a nice time lapse here at the end to some tunes. Bye-bye.